Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. John and I are going to start a new series that we hope you enjoy and come back for. We're going to react to and review The Venture Brothers, an adventure comedy series that ran on Adult Swim for 7 seasons. John and I are fans of the show, but it's been years since we've watched an episode. We're going to start with the pilot from 2003 and then work our way through season 1. So it's gonna be a while, but I hope you enjoy it.
Yesterday's New York Herald, science section.
Thank you, Kikai. You have served your master well.
Here, boy! Here, scam! Golly, we've searched the whole compound.
Twice? Where could that rascal have gone?
I think Brock skipped leg day.
Hey, Brock!
Boys.
Have you seen him?
Scam? Well, of course I have. He's right over there.
Scam!
He's all inside out. Dean. You're supposed to be the smart one. You know your father would never turn Scamp inside out. I've simply removed all of his skin. Jeepers! Scamp's an integral part of some groundbreaking research I'm doing for a major cosmetics corporation.
Who dares to desecrate the sacred tomb of...
Oh! Hey! Wait a minute! There's no reason to... Oh! Oh!
Look! Brock still ain't done with him!
That's showing him who's boss, Brocco!
Was that really necessary?
You have to defile a mummy completely or they come back to life, you know that.
Yes, of course. Hold the phone, what's this? Why, this isn't an ancient mummy at all. These are just ace bandages and toilet paper.
In a moment, you men will be launched into the Venture compound inside this ingeniously modern Trojan horse. Dr. Girlfriend! The hatch, please.
Ready for launch.
Holy mother of crap! A meteor!
From outer space!
Probably want to check it out, huh, Doc?
No time.
We landed face down. Oh, God. Oh, God. We're gonna die in here.
No way! No, there's no need for those. What?
Probably stowed away back when we were down in Brazil last week.
Just the same, Doctor. No weapons allowed. I'll have to confiscate it.
Go ahead.
Take it from me.
Ah, Mr. Senzuri. I'd like you to meet Dr. Venture. Dr. Venture, this suspicious-looking Asian fellow here is Otaku Senzuri. He represents the Onani Corporation of Japan.
Ew!
Where is he hiding it?
A ninja! Quick, Dean! Deploying the JUDO!
Doc.
Oh. I was in the mummy place.
Get up. The boys are gone.
And he's always got that big guy with him, rock something. You can't tell me nothing's going on there.
Is that Reed Richards?
Jealous.
Probably. Yep.
I think we super lost him.
Good teamwork, big brother.
Hey, look! one of those pretty girls Pop was telling us about.
You boys looking for some action?
I present to you the Ure!
Dr. Venture, that is enough!
Why don't we start nice and slow and get to know each other?
She touched me where I made sissy!
Oh, sweet Mama Jama.
Where are they, Monarch? What'd you do with the boys?
Wait a minute, wait. Ow! Ow! Ah!
Oh my god, it is Reed Richards.
Way to go, Venture.
Yeah, smooth move, Eclax.
Mother of crap. Security! Security!
Is he masturbating?
He's disappeared. No, he's right there. Master what? Like an evil master plan?
No, boys, Otaku Senzuri isn't evil. He's a technology fetishist. A man who can only achieve full arousal when in the presence of high-tech equipment.
But wait a minute. What happened to Brock?
Phew, that was some workout, big man.
Okay, so that was the pilot episode, which is actually called The Secret of Turtle Bay, and we're not really sure why. But this episode premiered way back in February of 2003, and the reason why we saw it, I think, was because we were watching some Adult Swim. Although, you know, I think at that time we would typically set the VCR to record, because it was like, it'd be like at midnight, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then we must have seen a commercial for the Venture Brothers, and was like, oh, let's try that. So I remember watching this together, and we liked it. And then another crazy thing about it was like that once the show was ordered, it was like a year later when the actual season started. And so any fan of the Venture Brothers knows sometimes it was such a long wait between seasons. You're like, you'd almost forget, right?
Right.
You'd forget what was going on, or that it was even going, and then you're like, oh,
they're back.
New season. Yeah.
Venture Brothers is back. I wonder why. I mean, the backgrounds are pretty, simple. So I wonder if it was just all hand drawn and that's why it took so long, or if it was all hand drawn in like the United States. I have no idea. Or if, the in-between was sent to whatever, South Korea or some other place.
Budgetary restrictions, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Cartoon Network didn't give them the budget to bring out, churn out the episodes faster.
But overall, I know we just watched the pilot, but if you look at the whole series, it's really well written. So maybe that time afforded them, the quality of the writing there. This pilot, like all pilots, right? It's it introduces us to the characters, the main characters. And I was surprised that they I didn't remember that they threw in a couple of supporting characters like Pete White, the albino, and Billy Quizboy.
I'm surprised that they were in it because they're so, especially in the first season or two, they're not really in every episode, right? I don't think they are. But yeah, the Monarch and Dr. Girlfriend. So wait, did those three Monarch henchmen just suffocate to death?
Probably.
I wonder if in another episode, if like the meteor is still there and no one's on it still. We'll find out. Probably not though.
I thought it was interesting that technically the Monarch wasn't the main villain in this episode, right? It was this guy.
It was the ninja guy.
Who I want to say we never see again. And the Monarch, I thought, was in this pilot even more incompetent than usual.
Well, at least he is actually able to launch that fake meteor and have it land where he wants it. Because I thought the joke was going to be, it was just going to explode, you know, and those guys got it. We're just going to die.
Seeing the Monarch fly commercial and then take a taxi cab, that also seemed a little weird based upon, you know, my memory of him. Like, that's a little...
It's so weird that, like, he has these wings, but it's just a costume. Like, he can't actually fly, so he has to fly commercial. Every time the show, they set up something and you think, oh, it's going to go this way. And no, it's always the other.
I thought maybe they would introduce his two main henchmen, you know, as we come to find in the pilot, but they didn't. And then my big question at the end of this episode was, what was that Ure really about?
Yeah, like, what did he think was going to be? Well, if it's not a weapon, what is it?
Right.
And he never explains, like, oh, it's for, you know, construction costs. You don't have to do demolition. It just melts the building or something.
I thought it was gonna, like, I thought the ray gun was gonna get knocked to the side or whatever, turn on and zap the audience, and we'd find out, you know, it scrambles their brains, or, you know, I don't know.
Right. It's supposed to
turns them on, like,
yeah, who knows? But no, it just, like, it melts cities, and he's like, it's a weapon? But that's, I guess, another joke. I did like, well, so Hank and Dean. Wait, which one's Hank? Which one is dressed like Fred?
Hank is the blonde.
Okay, so Hank is dressed as what's his head from Scooby Doo, right?
Yeah, Fred.
Fred. So he's dressed as who is Dean supposed to be? Is he supposed to be like Leave It to Beaver? Is he supposed to be the Beav?
Oh yeah, it could be that. Also, I know they love the Hardy Boys. I was thinking maybe something like that, like, you know, like a bookish kind of kid.
Right.
I thought their characters were spot on, just in terms of, you know, as we come to know them, they're just like morons.
Right. And they're like both stuck in the 1950s with their language skills.
And I thought Brock was pretty well defined. It's like, that's who he is.
Yep.
Although it didn't really... I thought the sleeping with the prostitute would maybe felt a little out of character for him, because it's not... I don't feel like Brock has to pay to sleep with some dirty old prostitute, you know? Like, don't women find him... doesn't he have the animalistic attraction?
Maybe.
Right?
He's not covered in blood.
If anything, I thought the Monarch was a little underdeveloped, or his character wasn't what he becomes. And then I thought Dr. Venture was pretty simplistic in this episode. You know, he was, like you said, he's popping pills, and we didn't really find out what that was either.
Yep, that's true. I wonder if they ever bring that up again.
Yeah, and also when he's having that dream of being in the womb, that comes back, right? Isn't that like...
What did he say? I'm in the mommy place? I was in the mommy place. And then when Brock is slapping him awake, when he finally gets awake in the last slap, it's almost like he's sexually aroused by it.
Is he?
I think so, a little bit.
I feel like later in the show, and I guess we'll find out, there's the whole thing with his brother, you know? Was he in the womb with his brother? And then there's the whole question of later, is Dr. Venture and the Monarch brothers or related?
Or clones of each other? Because
Yeah.
they look But they're voiced by two different actors, which is interesting. But yeah, the Monarch's got the the whiskers, but I think the faces are exactly the same.
So I guess we'll find out if that's foreshadowing or not.
Right.
Being in the mommy place. So I didn't remember the villain having the whole fetish of the technical
That was the only
weaponry.
thing that was the only part that I remembered, but not right away. It wasn't until like the reveal, like, yeah, because I had not seen this episode for 21 years.
Right. Me neither. And I was
familiar, but at the same time, it felt like I'm watching it all for the first time.
Yeah, I was for certain that Brock was gonna rip that guy apart.
Right, like the ninja and Brock would have the big fight.
Right.
And then no, he's just a fetishist, and that's what his kink is. Like that was another. Like they raise our expectations of this like evil Japanese ninja boss, and he throws the needles from his back into his henchman, and then you're like, oh, he just killed his henchman, and the henchman's like, oh, thanks, you fixed and now I don't need to smoke. It's like that's the show. Every single time we think it's going to be one way, and then they subvert our expectation. Because yeah, you'd think, okay, Brock and the ninja are gonna have this big fight on top of the UN building, and then no, he just gets arrested.
So I enjoyed this episode, though I wouldn't say it's like the greatest pilot ever made, right? But obviously back in 2003 we liked it enough that in 2004 we're like, okay, let's watch it again, the series. So for this pilot episode, out of 10 stars, I maybe give it like a 6.
Okay, that's fair. 6. Here's the thing. If I had never seen this show and I watched this episode, I don't know if I would watch another one.
Yeah. I think,
I mean,
but being 21 years ago, before the whole YouTube boom and all of that, and Adult Swim being the place for, mature cartoons.
Right.
We probably would have scored it higher back then.
Yeah. I mean, we're 21 years older, so there's another thing.
Right.
Like this kind of show is probably meant for people in their 20s.
But then we also know, having seen the series, like it gets a lot better.
It does, yeah, it does get a lot better, and I am excited to rewatch the entire series. In fact, I don't think I finished the series. I definitely didn't watch the movie that ends the series, and I don't know if I watched the final 2 seasons. So I'm actually glad we're doing this, because it will be a lot of fun. And the episodes are, even this one, which was, not the best, still a lot of fun. Because every single time, it subverts your expectation. And I love that Mr. Fantastic is a character in the episode. I don't know if we ever get to see him again. I feel like we do.
Yeah, I would bet that we do, although obviously his name isn't Reed Richards, but right. I have no idea what it is. It's something, right?
Yeah.
When they expand the world and they introduce those secondary characters, it becomes much more entertaining.
Right. Like I feel like there's even an episode or two where basically the Johnny Quest family is introduced, and it's like, oh well, that's what the Venture Brothers are supposed to be, right? Like it's supposed to be Johnny Quest. And that's why the boys always want to go on missions. And,
I just remembered. I'm surprised that Helper isn't in this.
Oh yeah, the robot.
They must, between the pilot and the first episode, they must have come up with that.
Right.
And I don't think we ever see Scamp, the dog, again.
Oh god.
Right? So they replaced the dog, the family dog, with Helper, basically.
Yeah.
All right, that was the secret of Turtle Bay. Again, we don't know why it's called that, but we thought it was. We both agreed it was a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, let's say 6.